going on, everyone? Thrift Barringer here, sitting with an athletic director, state of the programs, and I am live from Spencer High School with the head man in charge, one of the brightest minds in all of high school football. His name is Joseph Kegler, and he's also a big part of office hours right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Coach, thank you so much for letting us be here, man.
Thank you for being here with me. I'm just happy, excited, rolling in the summer. We're just ready to get the school year started.
So we were just talking. This is 11 years you've been a head coach of a football program. This is 5 years here at Spencer. Let's first just start overall arcing in your career. Obviously, you've been at three stops as a head coach: Carver, Jordan, and now here at Spencer. What are things you've learned over the years, man, and how do you feel like you've grown as a coach?
I mean, it's really about the kids at the end of the day. I mean, You got to put everything is about the kids, regardless of what happens. It might not seem to them, it might not seem fair at the time, but at the end of the day, you're trying to build the best person, the best student that you can possibly build, and that'll build to the best citizen, the best young man or young woman, whatever sports it be. And at the end of the day, that's what matters.
Yeah, and guys like Dale McGee, talk about what he meant to you, and do you still? I feel like you still have a great relationship with him. You can call him almost any time. What has he meant to you in your career, Coach?
Dale McGee and Coach Tinker are really huge mentors. Anytime I got a question or something like that, somebody just a phone call away, and even with Dale being as busy as he is, he still answers the phone. Same thing with Coach Tinker, only a phone call away. So, they're huge as far as my development, even my growth now. I still call them every day with questions. So, they're still big in my life as it is right now.
Spencer made the playoffs one time before you got here in almost a 20-year span, Coach. You've been here. Now it's a reoccurring thing every single year. Now it's become more than just making the playoffs. It's almost, we need to win region championships or we feel like it's a down year. We need to make deep runs in the playoff. We feel like it's a down year. You have changed the mindset and the culture, not just for football, but all of Spencer athletics. But being able to do that and coming here and making this place something special, who do you give a lot of credit to that too, man, that you've turned this around into a premier job?
So our administration is huge, starting with Dr. Freeman, who hired me, and he retired, and then Ms. Patterson kind of kept going, and she pushed us forward, and she's keeping us on the trending upward. She's super supportive of athletics. Her, Ms. Dorsey, we just got a new assistant principal, Mr. Floyd. They're super supportive of athletics as a whole and making sure our kids have everything they need to be successful on the field, off the field, and then kind of pushing them forward for once they graduate and just let them know we're still that family. We're still going to push you to be the best person you can be.
Coach, when you start winning, and you start winning in a program that historically didn't win in the last 20 or 30 years, and you've turned it to a premier spot in this area every single year, your top 5 program out of the 16 to 20 schools we have in our coverage area, other people are going to come calling, but yet you keep staying here. Why is Spencer so special? Why is this a place you've loved to call home the last 5 years, man?
Spencer's home, Spencer's family. And they say you can't choose your family, but I was fortunate enough for Dr. Freeman to choose me and for Ms. Patterson to keep me here. So I kind of make a joke whenever we're interviewing somebody, we're not here to date, we're here to marry. So I'm here, I want to be here, I'm happy here, so I don't plan on going anywhere.
Coach, when you took this job, did you see the potential in winning multiple region championships, making deep playoff wins, winning an average of 7 to 8 wins a season since you've really gotten this thing going? Did you see this in the future?
The kids have been great. So it's less about me and more about them. They come in, they go to work, they do what we ask them to do, they don't complain, they don't cry. They do the best that they can do, and we just live with the results. And we've been fortunate to kind of come out on the top end of a lot of those games.
Yeah, and you have, Coach, and again, you saw something special here, a diamond in the rough, sleeping giant, and now you've capitalized on that talent and that development part. But the players got to be able to believe in you.
Oh, yeah.
You talk about Miss Patterson. I think she's done an excellent job taking over for a Hall of Famer himself and Mr. Freeman. So talk about her leadership here at Spencer and what she's meant to you and all the teachers and students alike.
She's another one, just a phone call away with any questions or any concerns as far as just making sure our kids have everything they need to be successful, not only on the field, but off the field. She's great at, promoting relationships in the community so we can kind of make sure our kids have, safe havens and have everything they need to be successful in the classroom, on the field. And then once they graduate, she's great at making sure they have a plan for once they graduate. What are you going to do post-graduation to make sure you're just not in Columbus doing nothing?
What's the mindset now for 2025, 2026 for Spencer Athletics? We're going to get into all the sports like we always do here at State of the Programs. We're going to talk fall, spring, and winter. Fall, winter, and spring. But what's the message now this year? Because is it continued success? What do you tell your coaches as they begin this year?
We're just trying to be better than we were yesterday. If you can put better days together and get better each day and kind of put those days on top of each other, at the end of the season, you'll be where you want to be. I kind of told the kids a couple weeks ago, tired of looking at other teams play on Thanksgiving. So, that's our goal now. We're kind of moving towards and past Thanksgiving, so people come watch us at Thanksgiving.
I love hearing that, man. Seeing that high-flying green wave offense is always a lot of fun. I'm here with Joseph Kegler. He is the AD and head football coach here at Spencer High School. Coach, now as you head into year number 5, you've had to make changes. You've had to, hires, and I would say fires, but you've had to bring in different coaches throughout your tenure. But it really seems like you got a great group. I'm talking about for all sports.
Right.
And they all have that same mentality you do, which is grind, put your foot down, work hard, and everything else will play out.
No doubt. We have a great staff in every sport. They're really big on, kids and that family environment, which is, something we really promote here. And the more you can do that and keep the kids around, sometimes we can't get them to go home. So we know if they're here, they're safe, doing the right thing. So we try to promote that family atmosphere through every sport. And we've been fortunate to kind of get everyone on that same page.
Now, as you, you're one of the longer tenured ADs. I don't know if you know this, but there's been a lot of change in Muskogee County athletics. And you're seeing your friends, and we'll talk about office hours here in a moment, but you're seeing Anson Hunley, he's getting elevated. Danielle McCoy, she's getting elevated. These are people that you've known for a long time that have been basically doing the job just without the title. Now they get to be the head honcho. And then, of all things else, Kendall Mills takes over Jeff Battle. So what do you think now seeing all your friends in that office hours group continue to elevate, man?
I think we all have the same mindset, which is why we're so close. We're all about putting the kids first. And at the end of the day, if we put the kids first, then everything else will fall in line.
Your relationship with Kendall, like you had with Jeff, how important and how great of a job do you think he's going to do at that director of athletics in Muskogee
County? He's going to do excellent. He's great at building relationships, just like Coach Battles was. So, I mean, that's going to be, he's going to take the standard and keep moving forward with it, just like Coach Battles did.
Office hours. Year 1, it was like something fun. Year number 2, I said, let's take it to another level, and it became a household name.
Thanks to you.
Yeah,
Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
I appreciate that, Coach Kegler, but I saw something that many others people saw too. For one, you're funny. You and Hunley go at each other. You got Kendall, who is honestly, if he wasn't in coaching, I honestly think he could be a heck of a broadcaster.
I agree.
You got to add Danielle's touch too, because you need a female presence in there with a bunch of men.
Straight.
And no doubt, she keeps everything straight. Talk about that dynamic, and did y'all think it would turn out and be successful the way it has over the year?
It all started, we were riding back from a leadership conference. We were like, man, people have no idea what we do as ADs. Like, we should talk about it. And it was like, okay. So we kind of went with it, and we just kind of, have a great time. And it's, it's not scripted. It's kind of, hey, this is what we're going to talk about, know, and it kind of goes as it goes. And it's been a great experience for all of us. I mean, hopefully it gives you a little insight into some of the things that go on behind the athletic door that people don't know about. So, we're just happy to be able to give a good product to people.
Yeah, so as you may mention, it's going the nuances, the inside of being an AD, but now we've kind of made y'all too, I don't know if y'all wanted this or not, but kind of the voice for Muskogee County athletics and having other coaches, other ADs, and opening your platform. And that's what I wanted. I wanted an opportunity to have someone more than me or Richard or whoever else on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, people that are actually doing the coaching and the playing, that we're broadcasting their games, to have a voice. And I think y'all do a great job, man.
Oh, we appreciate it. We're just happy to, that you're happy with it. We're happy that people watching it. We're just happy to, go out, put a good show out and have a good time doing it.
And we're going to have big things coming up this year. It's not going anywhere. If we're going to get more of it. So if you've been craving it, you like it 2 times a month, how about 4 times a month? That's coming up in the not too distant future. All right, Coach, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back from break, we're going to start with fall sports, and we're going to start with the sport that he loves more than anything, football, here on Sitting with an Athletic Director, State of the Programs on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy and Gordy Eye Care, for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Just keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Welcome back to State of the Programs here from Spencer High School, the Greenway, baby. One of the most historic high schools in our area, and there have been so many great alumni. We're going to shout you out, Monk Johnson, later on, so you can't go anywhere. Teaser, you got to stay right here and listen to all the other sports that Spencer has to offer. We'll start with fall, and we'll go to football, man.
All right.
You have turned this program into a perennial powerhouse and where it's a consistent winner. That's the hardest thing. It's sustaining success every year. You can get a dime in the rough one year, go 8-3, and then you're back to 4-6. No, it's every year you're feeling like you have a chance to win a region championship. Talk about what year number 5 is in store for us, man.
The kids have been working, so we're just excited about progressing from that from last year. We're trying to be better than we were last year and keep moving forward every year and put a better product on the field than the year before.
There were a couple play here or there, Coach. You really could have been a region champ.
Right.
You lost to the state champion. The closest game they had outside of Harris County was y'all, and you had plenty of opportunities in that game, and you know it. And now, as you head into this year, you got a returning quarterback. Last year, you had to replace All-World Gary Gaither, and now you got another All-World guy. You've turned Elijah Foot. This is a quarterback whisperer. I'm telling you, he is the brightest mind when it comes to offense. I don't think there's any question about it. You're a genius, man. Talk about what is it with your quarterback relationships, and you keep finding these guys that develop. I know you want to keep saying it's about the kids, but Coach, you got a gift to be able to find these guys and develop them into stars like they become.
No, it is. It's serious about the kids. They really do a good job of quarterback-wise buying in to what we want to do. It's a lot on them, and they take control. They take control of it, and they don't mind. When I get onto them, I'm ultra hard on them. They kind of get it worse than everybody else.
Right.
So they buy into it. They like doing it. They enjoy it. They embrace it, which is the biggest thing. They embrace it. So we've been able to be successful the last few years because we have great quarterback play.
Talk about Elijah Fudge and what his progression is, because I saw him in 7-on-7. I'm really liking the talent was there. I'm seeing the leadership quality. The captain, being the leader of the team. How's he progressed now?
He's just a quiet kid, so that's kind of the thing I had to get him out of. Like, you can be quiet off the field, but you got to be the guy on the field. Like, you have the ability to be the guy, and they know you're the guy. But sometimes you're gonna have to tell them if they wrong, say they're wrong. Because he'll say something to me like, "Hey, Coach, so and so, don't tell me. You know where he should have been. You tell him." So just making him buy in, well, not necessarily buy in, but making him take that next role and talk more and be more vocal has been huge for him. And we've seen some good results because of that.
Coach, I've done quite a few of these sitting with an AD. You're the first one that is the football coach. So I want to allow you, just like I allow the other ADs when they coach a certain sport, to talk about some of your assistant coaches. So I just got to see a couple of them. You don't do it by yourself, and you got a great group. And it seems like y'all got great chemistry, and y'all really love working with each other.
So to shout out another couple kids first.
You go ahead.
CJ Starr had a great season for us, so we're looking to another huge season for him. He was one of the top tacklers in the state. So that was big for us as well.
I really don't understand why he didn't get more recognition last year. I'm being frank with you. The numbers he put up, and his dad would send me
outrageous.
Why is this not being promoted? Not just here. We're going to do it here. That's statewide, man. That's nationally known as one of the top linebackers. He has been incredible, and he's a great athlete.
Oh, yeah, great kid, too. 3.6 GPA. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing. Him and Fudge are both over 3.5 students, so that's huge to help us. But so those are kind of our big leaders on offense and defense. As far as coaches, we do a great job. I mean, we go after each other on the field. Myself and Coach Bynum, who's the defense coordinator,
y'all like battling, don't you, Coach?
It's a battle every day. But iron truly sharpens iron. And the more we work at practice, the harder we work at practice, the harder we push each other, the better off the results are on Friday nights, and that's kind of what we're looking for.
I love it, Coach, and I love hearing that, going back and forth against each other. You got to test each other and challenge each other to make you better. All right, kind of wrapping up and putting a bow on football season. Last year, the new region, which has got all 7 Muskogee County schools. We're doing that again this year. Now knowing that, and now getting your feet underneath you, understanding the teams you're going to be playing, and I know there's been changes at other schools, but you focus on you at Spencer. What's your expectations this year for year number 5?
We just want to be better than we were the week before. Like you said earlier, we lost to the number 1 team, state champion, by 8. Got stopped at the 1. So then we lost to the number 8 team in the state by 1. So they scored late in the game on the road. So if you could take 2 or 3 plays here or there, and instead of playing on the road in the first round, we're at home, and who knows what could happen. So we're just trying to be better than we were and close out some of those situations better off in those games. And if we close those better, we like where our chances are once the playoffs start.
I cannot wait. Unfortunately, right now you don't have a week 1 opponent. And
Right.
if anything changes, we hope. But if not, your first game is going to be against Carver.
Right.
Do you like the fact that you get a bye before Carver and they get to play and you get to see them, or would you prefer to play a game? What's your mindset as a coach in that regard?
I mean, you kind of play the hand you dealt.
Right.
I mean, I tell the kids don't complain on stuff we can't control, so
Right.
I don't worry about the stuff we can't control. So
Right.
we end up picking up Manchester.
Right.
So we're gonna play Manchester week 4 as opposed to that game. So Manchester, tough opponent.
That's
so,
going to be big time game,
yeah.
Coach.
So we know that'll be a tough opponent. We try to pick up a quality opponent to
Right.
make sure we test ourselves. So when we get into the region, into the playoffs, we've had some of those testy moments.
And is that big for you? Instead of going out and finding what you think could be a for sure win, you rather take on someone that you may lose but could get you better
Right.
for region?
Well, I mean, it's some kind of Dale did when we were at Carver.
Right.
There was no need to play some teams. You're going to play. If we're trying to gear ourselves up for a deep run, we need to play those quality opponents. So when we get into those playoff situations, we played those quality opponents.
Let's go from football to flag football.
Okay.
It's another growing sport in this area. Spencer, who's leading the flag football program?
We have Coach McDaniels. She was assistant with Coach Allen last year. She'll be taking over this year. So she has a lot of experience with flag, and we're excited to see where she's going to go. We end up a game short of the playoffs.
Yep, just close.
Yeah, so we're looking for to take that next step and make sure and get back in the playoffs and kind of keep moving forward.
Oh, I can't wait to see Coach Daniels and what she can do there for the flag football. Cross country, it's a tough sport, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if is that cross country out there running or is that
It's banned.
It's banned.
Yeah.
Okay, and which we'll talk about here
Banned
in
and
just a
cheer.
moment. But who's leading the cross country? Because it's hot running right now.
Oh yeah, it's scorching. Coach Allner does a great job. Both our teams qualified last year, boys and girls, for state. So they did a great job, pushing the kids as hard as possible. Like you said, it's hot out there right now. So they get in, get to work in, and get home. And then when school starts, they kind of get it in. You'll see them running around the fields when school. So they're going to do a great job.
Yeah, I think they're going to do amazing. And I want to put these two together. So you don't have competition cheer, but you got spirit cheer.
Mm-hmm.
They set the vibe along with the band, which we just saw out there working hard right now for the upcoming season. Who leads both those programs?
So band is Coach Bowman, or Mr. Bowman, Mr. Bowman and Mr. McBride. So they tag team and do a great job with it. Our dancers are led by Miss Sanks. And so they do a great job. That trio does a great job of keeping the energy up in the games and kind of getting us out of those lulls if we have a lull. And then our cheerleaders are led by Coach Quarterman, who she was an assistant last year, so we promoted her up to the head coach this year. So she's excited. The girls are working hard, so they're another key cog, kind of keeping that energy up during the game. So they're big to us.
Dude, I love every second of that, and I love hearing about promoting band and promoting spirit, promoting cheerleading. They set the vibe for Friday nights, man, and they make sure it's an elite atmosphere. Before we end, I did want to kind of, I feel like I have to talk about this because the Heritage Bowl, how important that is for the city, how important it is for this community. I'm not talking about the wins and losses. I'm just talking about the game itself. Can you kind of paint the picture for those out there that don't understand and they've never heard of the Heritage Bowl, why it's such a big deal here in the city?
So Kendall and Danielle will tell you the biggest rivalry in the city is
The Midtown
Showdown. Yes, that's clearly not correct. But seriously though, it's just big for the community. You have alumni from both sides coming back. You'll have 60, 70, 80-year-olds in the stands. So I mean, it's a great environment. It's the biggest game in the city.
Yep.
So both sides are packed, and it does a great job of helping, just for all the needs the athletics is going to have throughout the year. So we need everybody to come out. Make sure you come out, watch the game. The last 2 years have been great games. We haven't been fortunate to come on top, but we're putting the work in, and we plan on coming out on top this year.
Cannot wait for that Heritage Bowl. We're going to be going all out and looking forward to being at Memorial Stadium coming up second week of the season. We're going to take a break. We'll get to winner right after this. State of the program, Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
The clock is ticking on the spectacular pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUV sale now in progress at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Choose from over 200 pre-owned clean late model vehicles, many with no down payments and extended financing. Prices and payments on all pre-owned trucks, SUVs, and cars have been slashed. This is your chance to get a really nice used car, truck, or SUV at the price and payment you want. Some as low as $200 a month. Special finance rates are now in effect. One location only. Glenn Smith in Opelika, Alabama.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm with Office Hours personality, Joseph Kegler, also AD and head football coach of the Spencer Green Waves. Winner. I want to say basketball for last because it's been an elite program here.
Right.
We'll talk about two other programs. Who leads wrestling and swimming this year for Spencer Athletics?
So Coach Jones does swimming. She does a great job for us. She's been in charge the last couple of years.
Awesome.
So she does a great job of, just getting the participation, because it's not something a lot of kids do just in the South period.
Right.
So she's done a good job of just keeping the participation up, keeping us relevant, keeping us going in the right direction. And wrestling is Coach Pickett. He's done a great job.
Love Coach Pickett.
Yeah, he's done a great job. We've had some state qualifiers the last few years, so we're just looking to take that next step forward, and as opposed to state qualifiers, looking as a place as a team in the state.
Yeah, that's. I know the ultimate goal is to elevate. Like I said, every single program has been competitive around the doorstep of the postseason.
Right.
How do you get to that next step? And I know you've made a good job making sure your coaches have enough resources to get their players to that step. Basketball, though, we'll start with girls. Coach Tench has done an amazing job, multiple playoff appearances, had both Burke sisters going assigned to the next level. Talk about what Coach Tench has meant to this program and done a great job at.
So she's done a great job getting to the playoffs and, kind of having some wins in the playoffs that people didn't expect.
Good point.
So she's done a great job with that. And then on top of that, the bigger thing is the last 3 years she signed every senior. So every senior's got a chance to play at the next level. And at the end of the day, that's the most important thing.
I love hearing stories like that, Coach. And for Quintavious Allen, we just talked about it. He's just like the Swiss Army knife of Spencer Athletics, man. He does all the things, the graphics, he promotes on social media. He's coached flag football, soccer, basketball. Talk about him in general and how important he is to just you and Spencer Athletics, and then we'll get into basketball.
He does all the stuff that people don't see. So like you said, he does the graphics, he does our school social media site, he pubs the kids in all sports. He really doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
So I mean, like we wouldn't be where we're at without him. He does an outstanding job. Really my right-hand man. Without him, I'd kind of be lost. So he does a great job just, making sure anything he can help with athletic-wise in any kind of aspect, because he's the co-AD. So with him being that, kind of any aspect he helps with. So he's a huge part of athletics here, in all athletics. He runs our strength and conditioning program as well. So anything athletics, he has a hand in.
And he cares about the kids.
Oh, yes, all about the kids.
You genuinely see he does this only for the kids.
Oh, yeah.
And those are the guys that need to be promoted in this city. I know you you agree with that, Coach.
No doubt.
Now, on the basketball court, every single year he's got a competitive team. 2 years ago, region champs, made it to the Sweet 16, won a state championship 21-22, and then last year made it all the way to the Elite Eight. And if honestly he's in the other side of the bracket, he may have made it to the state championship, to be frank with you, because he ended up having to go against Carver at Carver. He's just, I've grown so much. He has won everywhere he's been, Brookstone, Columbus. This guy is just a keeper, and he's done a great job on the basketball court, too. Many players signed to the next level as well.
He's another one. So we kind of tag team. So our kids kind of play both sports. So we'll make sure you got an opportunity to go somewhere. And he's done a great job in basketball as well, making sure all of his seniors had the opportunity to go somewhere. So out of our seniors last year, we signed 95% of them.
Jeez.
So just about, I think it was 2 that didn't. And those two kind of chose not to play sports at the next level. But all of them had an opportunity to go somewhere. So that's the biggest thing that, about athletics in general here.
Yeah, and again, if you got a dream, we're going to try to help you achieve that dream. You
and
have to work for it.
Right, and we'll tell them it might not be Auburn or Georgia, but you can go somewhere and play.
And we'll talk about that at the end, about that mindset with kids nowadays, Coach. But Coach Allen done an amazing job. You talk about sharing athletes. How important is that to have a good relationship with him and sharing athletes?
We do a great job because, we talk consistently. So during football season, it's kind of like, hey, I'm going to be hands off. I'm going to make sure my schedule's around yours. And then during basketball, it's vice versa.
Right.
Let me know when you need whatever or however you want to do it, so I can make sure we work it around each other, so we can make sure we're competitive in both sports.
I love hearing that, man. Let's go to spring. Tennis and golf. Who leads both those programs?
So Ms. Hall does tennis, male and female. We actually went to state for the first time in school history.
All right. Yeah. Love that.
So shout out to her. And golf is Coach Guest. So he did a great job for us last year as well. Baseball is Coach Pickett as well. We won more games than the previous year every year. So same thing. Any step is good step. So it's all about progression. So we're progressing in the right direction.
And I got to tell you, Coach, you talk about Coach Pickett. Richard would kill me if I didn't mention, because he just did it yesterday with Andre Dye. The 27-26 baseball game, which was
the marathon.
It was the longest broadcast in Georgia Alabama sports live history, man.
Yeah, and the funny part is that the first game was actually longer than that.
Right.
So, so
y'all were there for like 8 hours that day,
it
man.
Felt like it. Like I said, he's done a great job progressing, and So we've been able to win more games than the year before. So at the end of the day, you know, we're progressing in the right direction, which is all we want.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You're getting better each and every year. Let's talk about soccer. That's a competitive sport, and you've made the playoffs in some years. Who leads those programs?
So actually, Coach Allen does girls soccer.
Okay.
We were a game short of playoffs.
Yep.
We had a couple of injuries that really hurt us at the worst time possible. And then boys is Coach Koshny, and she does a great job with the boys. And like I said, we were game short. We ended up the 33 seed in the girls and 33 with the boys and 34 with the girls. So we were one spot out. Yeah, we were literally one spot out. So one game difference could have been a difference.
Track and field.
Coach Quarterman does a great job with, who also does cheerleading. She does a great job with track. We had a state and national champion as a freshman, Jamarian Floyd.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, so he's special. So he went to Adidas and was a national champion. He won state. So he did a great job. Our girls finished top 3 in the region. Our boys were 4th in the region.
Awesome.
So we're looking forward to, you know, kind of moving forward and just competing for a region title in the track as well.
I think that's great, Coach. You talked about kids nowadays and the mindset they have in terms of recruiting. What is your mindset when you're trying to talk to kids? Because, you know, Corey Black always says D3. It doesn't matter where you go, get your foot in the door. And now with the transfer portal, you can work your way up to D1.
Right.
What do you tell kids that want that Auburn, Georgia, Alabama, but sometimes it's maybe not in the cards, and you should never turn your nose up at anything free in terms of getting a scholarship to go play somewhere?
And I tell them, any school is better than no school.
Right.
So, and you got to love the ones that love you. So if Auburn or Georgia isn't calling you, you know, Auburn or Georgia might not be realistic. So, you know, your Fort Valleys, your Albany States, your Tuskegees, your Point Universities, your Thomas Universities, there's somewhere you can play.
Yeah.
You know, you just got to, sometimes you got to swallow your pride, and it might take you a different path to get to where you should go.
Right.
Or even where I think you should go. But at the end of the day, we're going to try to get you to school for as close to free as possible, get you out of Columbus, because there's nothing but trouble once you graduate.
Right.
And then keep you moving forward.
I'm glad you made mention of that. How important is that to try to have athletes have a plan where, yeah, you want to go, but you got to be more than athletes sometimes.
Right.
You got to understand what you're going to do with your life and not having that same cycle we've seen here in the city for so long.
We've been really fortunate the last few years that some of our better athletes have had great grades as well. So they've been able to kind of tag team and get, you know, some hope money or some, you know, some academic money to kind of put together to get the whole thing done. And that's another thing. Ms. Patterson, Ms. Dorsey have done a great job, and Mr. Church before he left had done a great job of making sure our athletes were in the right classes. You know, make sure the coaches were checking the grades, that was on us, but make sure they were in the right classes and make sure they had a plan. So she's meeting with, you know, the juniors and the seniors to make sure, what's your plan after you graduate? You know, are you going to go to school? Are you going to enroll in the military? You know, what are you going to do? And then that kind of filters down through everybody in the school. So not only athletics, but in the building as a whole, make sure everyone has a plan for once they graduate.
This past year they did the power rankings. You just made mention about 34 and 33 and getting left out. I mean, I hear the gripes, I hear the complaints, I hear people why they do like it. Coach, what's your mindset with this power rankings? It's not really going anywhere, but how's it been for you as a coach and an AD? Do you think it brings more competitive balance? What do you think of it right now, man?
I mean, it's, like I said, I kind of play the hand I'm dealt. I don't worry about the stuff I can't control, and I can't control that. So, and it's going to change this year, because this year even, so last year the top 2 teams in your region
automatically in.
Well, the top 4 were automatically in.
Right.
The top 2 got automatically a top 16 seed.
Gotcha.
So you definitely got a home game.
Right.
Now, only the region champ is guaranteed to get a home game.
Holy smokes.
So only he or she gets a home game, and then it's based purely off ranking. So you might have 2 teams make it in the playoffs. You might have 4. You could have 6.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's kind of changing. So everybody's going to have to deal with it. But like I said, it's, you know, you do the best you can do. You know, you win the games you can win, and you put the best product on the field possible, and you let the chips fall where they may.
And I'll say this, Coach. I think it's real tough when you do the ranking system. I think when you do by seedings and then you do a random, like, hey, this region plays this region, that's something people can accept. What they may not be able to accept is hearing your opinion on why this team's higher than the other. That is totally different.
Right.
And I think there's a fine line that we're almost crossing right now, and I'm hoping that we'll find the right path for everyone to be successful. I know you agree with that, Coach.
Oh, yes, no doubt. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just about, you know, putting the best matchups and the best 32 teams in the bracket.
Yeah, that's all we care about.
Yep.
And as long as they do that, we'll be okay.
That's it.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap it up here. State of the programs, Spencer High School, Joseph Kegler on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
And we are back, and from our break here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and I'm with Joseph Kegler, Monk Johnson, and your alumni group. We were just talking off air. It may be the best alumni group and the most supportive alumni group. And there's a lot of, I don't want to, you know what, let me rephrase that because I'm going to upset some people.
Well, you can't say it, but I will.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you talk. Monk Johnson alumni, right. Floor is yours.
So Monk Johnson is, we wouldn't do what we do without him.
Yeah.
He's a huge part of what we do. And he won't ever take credit, or he won't want me to say it, but he's a huge part. And we're truly blessed to have him in athletics as a whole. And our alumni association takes care of us in this building like nobody else.
That's awesome, Coach.
You know, from buying dresses for, buying clothes for kids for graduation, for, donating coats, for anything, anything we kind of ask for our alumni, make sure we're taken care of.
And how important is that you have an open door to allow the alumni to give back and feel like they're a part of this, Coach?
Right.
Not just you're asking for resources and money.
Right.
You want them a part of what you're doing.
Nobody got there by themselves.
Right.
And it's good for our kids to see someone who's been successful and done something, who's walked the same grounds as you.
Right.
And that's huge. In my opinion, that's huge.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Fundraising. If people want to donate or give back, do y'all have any fundraising? I know sometimes y'all have done barbecues before and stuff like that. What do you got planned for this year?
So we'll be doing a double good popcorn in about 2 weeks for football, and we'll be sending that out on social media.
Okay.
As far as any kind of donations, we accept any kind of Gatorades, Powerades, granola bars, any of that. If you bring it to the front office and just, ask them to see me, and I'll come get it from you. We're appreciative of anything, and we don't turn anything away.
Final thing, this is to the whole community. What's on the horizon for 2025, 2026, Spencer Athletics under Joseph Kegler?
We're just trying to be better than we were last year. We're trying to improve in every sport and every aspect of everything we're doing, and if we can improve everything we do, we feel like we'll be in a great place when the postseason starts. So we look forward to everyone coming out and hopefully supporting us in all our postseason runs in every sport.
He is the bright mind. He is the guru, the Sean McVay, the Gus Malzahn, whatever you want to find. And Gus Malzahn 10 years ago, not now, but 10 years ago when he was hot. He is a bright football mind that has got a powerhouse football program, but done a great job. And for all Spencer Athletics, Coach, thank you so much for allowing us to be here, and look forward to seeing you next time on Office Hours on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Can't wait. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We look forward to putting out some good broadcasts for you, so make sure you come out and watch us, or make sure you're watching us.
Joseph Kegler, I'm Thrift Barringer. Thank y'all so much for watching. We'll see you next time on State of the Programs, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. So is